Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be reviewing a brand new fragrance. I've been doing a lot of single perfume review videos lately, but I feel like there's just been a lot of new perfume releases, and this was one that I was really excited to get my hands on because I do really love this house. So today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Fame fragrance by Paco Rabanne. I love Paco Rabanne fragrances. I believe I have 2 or 3 of his fragrances in my collection, and also my favorite cologne of all time that I've ever smelled on a man is Paco Rabanne 1 Million. I know for some reason that fragrance gets so much hate. I don't understand all of the controversy behind that fragrance because every single time I smell it, I'm just like completely hypnotized. My husband uses it and I literally will use it too with him because it smells so good. And I think because it's so sweet as well, I think not really that it's unisex because it does have a strong cologne scent to it, but there's been many times where I've worn it and I've gotten compliments on it. It just smells amazing. This new fragrance looks like this. This is the Perfume bottle. It's pretty simple, just an all white bottle, and it just says Fame. And I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be like a little robot? I'm not really sure why this looks the way it does. Like if there's a story behind it and you guys know, let me know. I would love to know more about why this looks like a little robot, but nonetheless, I do think it's really cute and kind of innovative. I mean, how many of you can say you have like a robot perfume in your perfume collection? So yeah, today's video is basically just going to be all about this fragrance. We're going to deep dive into the notes, what I think about it, longevity, all the performance aspects, everything like that. So with all that being said, before we get into this video, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Okay, so before I even spray this out, I've been wearing it for the past week, and let me just say, I absolutely love this fragrance. I don't think I have another mango fragrance in my collection. When I saw the notes in this, I knew I had to have it because I saw that mango and then there was like some vanilla sweetness to it. So it definitely called to me. You know, I'm a sucker for fragrances that are sweet, and I figured because of the mango, you know, maybe it had like a slight tropical vibe and all of that. That was kind of like my first impression before even smelling it. And after I smelled it, I completely fell in love. So this fragrance has top notes of mango and bergamot, middle notes of jasmine and olibanum, and base notes of vanilla and sandalwood. So they're pretty simple notes. It's not like a crazy composition, but I feel like all of the notes in here are very potent notes. Like mango has obviously like a really distinct smell to it. It's juicy, it's sweet, it's a little bit tropical. Bergamot obviously you would think would just give kind of like a crisp burst, you know, kind of like a little bit of that citrusy vibe. And then of course jasmine. Jasmine is one of my favorite florals. I just think it's such a feminine floral. And then obviously the base notes of the vanilla and sandalwood. I was sold. So let me spray this out. It smells so good. I can 1000% confirm this is very sweet. And now there's been a lot of comparisons with this fragrance and this fragrance, which is Alien Goddess. And smelling this now, especially in the opening, I definitely see the similarities, but I would say the dry downs of both of these are different. So I think where these are similar is like that opening is just so fruity and it has that tropical feel, and this one actually doesn't have coconut, whereas Alien Goddess, the main component of this is coconut. It has like this coconut and vanilla mixture, so that's kind of what it opens up with. And then it also is pretty bright in the opening, and that's the same with this. It just opens up with that mango instead of the coconut, but I feel like that mango just adds just this like juicy, sweet bit of a tropical feel, and I think that's why there's a comparison. But I feel like the difference lies within the dry down. I feel like this in the dry down you can really smell that mango. It's just a lot sweeter than, you know, the coconut note that is in Alien Goddess, for example. This is just so beautiful. I love this. The full dry down, like the dry down after the dry down of this, is really, I think, what solidifies this fragrance for me, because I pretty much love this perfume all throughout. I love the opening, I love the dry down, but once it has fully dried down on my skin, the scent that comes off of this once it's been on your skin for like an hour, even like 30 minutes, is so good, and I cannot explain it, but it's so delicious. It's sweet. It has a little bit of like a florally scent, but not too much. A little bit of a tropical vibe, a lot of vanilla, like sweetness, creaminess to it. This is a perfect summer fragrance, obviously. I mean, it has mango, it has that fruity tropical feel to it, but not only is it a perfect summer fragrance, like obviously you could wear this daytime summer, but I think this is a great date night scent because I think this is such a sexy fragrance. I feel like Alien Goddess, this is also really, really sexy. When I have worn this on like date nights for like nighttime darker occasions, I love wearing it as well. But I feel like this one is even more nighttimey, even more giving me those sexy, delicious, seductive, sexy date night vibes. I don't know if I could pick one like of these two, because although yes, there is like a similarity between the two and they do kind of fall in the same family, they're also just so entirely different. So I don't know if I could necessarily pick which one I loved more, but I feel like I almost kind of lean towards this one right now than I do Alien Goddess. Like this is sweeter. It feels sweeter to me because the mango is already so sweet, and then it just gets even sweeter with the vanilla dry down. It's just so good. Whereas this one, I feel like I can detect a little bit more white florals in here than I do in here. They both have white florals. They both have a heavy jasmine. I mean, this is an Alien dupe after all, but I don't know. I feel like this one's a little bit more florally than this one. This one's a little bit sweeter. At least that's how it feels like to me. I've also seen a lot of people compare this fragrance to Jimmy Choo I Want Choo. And while I love Jimmy Choo I Want Choo Forever, which is the flanker to I Want Choo, I actually don't really love I Want Choo. And I personally do not see the comparison between these two at all. Like this is sweet, it's sexy. For me, I Want Choo, there was something in it that didn't really work on my skin. There was like a bitterness or like a spiciness that just wasn't sitting right on me, at least. Maybe it's just like my skin chemistry. It wasn't really my favorite scent. It kind of lacked a little bit of like sweetness in my opinion. So as far as the similarity of I Want Choo, I do not see it. I definitely see the similarity between Alien Goddess though, but I Want Choo, not really, like at all. I think ultimately kind of my conclusion on this fragrance, first of all, I absolutely love it. This is a very perfumey perfume. Like, if that makes sense. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm saying by that. It has a lot of that typical perfuminess. Is it the most unique thing that you've ever smelled? Have you never smelled a perfume like this before? No. It is very reminiscent of all the type of perfumes that are coming out nowadays. There's not really like a huge wow factor to this fragrance, but it is a huge crowd pleaser, and in a really good way. Like, although it's not super unique, it's also not super generic. I also really like the sprayer. You spray it right here in the robot's like little head. I feel like it also slightly reminds me of Olympia by Paco Rabanne, because I think there's almost like this saltiness that I get from this, which I think adds to the beachy tropical feel. Like, I almost get a coconut note, like just slightly mixed in with the mango, but I know that there is no coconut note in it, so I don't know what the heck I'm smelling. And before I close out this video, I'm definitely going to speak about longevity. I think this is kind of like an average performing scent. It's not the worst performing fragrance out there, but it's not going to last as much as, for example, Baccarat Rouge lasts, where it literally can take you like 2 days and you'll still smell it. I would say I get about 4 to 6 hours of this fragrance, so it's definitely, yeah, it's just like an average performing scent. Basically, it does what it's supposed to do, you know? It's not gonna underperform, but it's also not gonna blow you away with this amazing performance. But I will say the sillage on this is amazing. The scent trail that you will leave is beautiful. It has amazing projection. It opens up pretty strong, and it definitely is the kind of fragrance where I feel like will fill up a room, but then I do feel like it kind of settles down a little bit more and it doesn't stay that loud throughout the duration of you wearing it. So that is it for this dedicated review to Paco Rabanne's new fragrance, Fame. My rating of this personally is, I would say it's at about an 8 out of 10. I have over 200 perfumes, so it takes a lot to really wow me. Now, do I love this fragrance? I really do, and I'm going to keep it in my collection. You guys know I've been really strict with what I keep, and you know, it has to be a love for me to remotely even consider keeping it. And I'm definitely going to be keeping this because I love it. It fits into the fragrances that I like, where it's sweet, it's sexy, it's vanilla-y, it has that mango, which is a note that I really don't have many of in my collection. I don't even know if I have a singular perfume that has mango in it in my collection actually. So the fact that it gives me a little bit more uniqueness is another reason why I'm heavily obviously considering keeping it in my collection. So this is definitely Xenia approved. If you guys have the same sort of scent taste as I do, then I would totally recommend this fragrance. I do think it's a really safe blind buy if you are a sweet perfume lover. But even if you're not, at least, you know, go and try it out. Go and smell the tester. But all in all, I do highly recommend it. So that is it for me today. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this new fragrance. If you've picked it up yourself, please leave them in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!